How do I look at the cards again? See all? Yeah, okay. So let's go over the new cards. This is the main new card. 2 tributes, a Cyberblader, 2100 attack for 2 tributes, Earth Warrior, 800 defense. That's so bad. That weak defense is really bad. When summoned, select one monster you control and switch its location with this monster. Okay. When you're at your opponent's monster zone, right? So, like, for example, when my Z Metal Tank went through, like, 1,000,000 monsters and it finally reaches the end to another opponent, and he's, like, left with only 500, I could summon this thing and then switch spots with that monster, right? So then my Z Metal Tank goes back, brings back the main monster, which is Z Metal Tank, triggers the cohesion, and now he's protected because the Z Metal Tank is not going to be fighting more monsters for another turn. And then what? When this monster would be teleported, so after it teleports, it gains the following effects depending on how many of the opponent's monsters are in the lane it moves to. So if there's 1, it gets 2 stacks of attack supplement. What up, Zito? Recover 800, okay. But if there's multiple monsters, that's not going to matter because its attack is only 21. So it fights 2 monsters and it's dead. If there's 2 monsters, it does get 2 stacks of attack buff. So it's going to be gaining 400 attack. So it's going to be 25. That's still not good. If there's 3, it gains 2 stacks of detonate. I thought it would go much higher than that. Cyberblader doesn't seem really that good to me. The only thing I can think of is when it's like if you catch your opponent off guard, thinking they're gonna kill a weak monster, then you just summon this guy in its place instead. Anyways, so this has negate and energize. When a gains 500 attack and defense when this monster is teleported. This monster needs multiple skills to be, as far as I could tell, useful. This is not limited at all. So if the monster keeps teleporting, this will like keep popping off multiple times. But I don't know how easy that is to do with these new cards, these new skills. Anyways, Cyberblader seems kind of eh. I'll have to duel against it to see if it's good. Junk Destroyer. When summoned, select and destroy trap cards up to the number of monsters used as materials. That's okay. 2 tributes just to pop back row. 2600 attack, 2100 defense. Okay, I guess it ain't too bad. After destroying monsters in battle, select one monster in your graveyard with cohesion and return to your hand. But this you have to make this guy your ace. So you can't use this in a Z Metal Tank deck. Like Z Metal Tank can't be your ace if you want this part of his effect. Welcome back, Dancer. What kind of skills does he have? He has 2 stacks of cohesion, but he doesn't have immunity to destruction. So I'd still rather have Z Metal Tank as my ace. It just sucks that you can't use this guy to bring back your, like, in Z Metal Tank decks, like Z Metal Tank with 2 stacks of cohesion and immunity. Dap me up, City Boy. Why don't you dap me up, man? Why don't you subscribe and dap me up real quick, huh? There you go. There's your dap. Welcome back, Tana. Thank you for the resub. For how many months it's been? 8 months? So yeah, it essentially just pops back row. This is the only monster in the game that actually pops back row, right? So this guy could be useful, not as an ace, but just, you know, as support. When they're going to add a good card in this game, there's a bunch of good cards. Okay, Cyber Tutu. Level 3 warrior. Subclass monster you control switches location with this monster. Okay, so that's the teleporting. I'll have to see the teleport in action. I have nothing to go off of. Other than catching your opponent by surprise. When they think they're going to attack a weak monster. And then boom, they disappear. What else? So it has cohesion. It has ignite. It's got energize. And that's about it. Okay. Cyber Prima. Level 6. 2300 attack. 600 defense. Okay. Not too bad. Stats aren't too bad. When summoned, select one monster and switch its location with this. Then restore the original attack of the monster selected. Okay, now this is good. Now, this is actually a good teleport skill. So, for example, Z Metal Tank, I like to use that as the example because that's the deck I use. I use my Z Metal Tank. He does this thing. He's about to die. I summon this bad bitch. I switch, and my Z Metal Tank gets its original attack back. That's pretty good. So essentially, it's like a reset on my Z Metal Tank. I think I need this. I want to test it out. So now Z Metal Tank has Shield and Sword. It has Toad. Now it has this Cyber Prima, a tribute. It also has a Cohesion. It's got Speedy Summon. Ooh. Which means this card is going to power creep Vice Dragon. A Gaga Clerk. When summoned, special summon either one Gaga Magician or one Gaga Girl to one of your monster zones. What? Wait. Oh, but I assume when this happens, it's going to summon them as a normal monster. They're not going to have any skills. That's still pretty good. This is also... That's also good for Cohesion decks. So I would assume that's 2 summons. You summon this, it special summons another Gaga, and it should trigger Cohesion. I hope. It's got Cohesion, it's got Healer, it's got Reincarnation. Okay. So level 2, 400 stats suck though. Perform Pal Churmo, level 2 Beast, Earth, 600 and 1000. She's kind of huge. What? At the end of the battle phase, if a monster you control has Cohesion, return this monster to your hand. Oh, by huge you meant followers. I thought you were talking about her size. You meant her followers. Oh, okay. Yeah, what about her? Okay, so this card is actually pretty cool. In a Z Metal Tank deck, essentially you have this guy, which you could just summon him every turn. Summon him in attack mode. At the end of the battle phase, goes back, so you can just keep doing it. And keep doing it. I don't think that's too good. Because Z Metal Tank decks already have a bunch of monsters. They run very little spell and traps. So it doesn't really come up much. But what this card allows you to do is it allows you to add a spell or trap to your deck instead. So if you want to, if you're a Z Metal Tank player and you need a lot of monsters in the deck, so if you add this, it essentially allows you to add more spell and traps in your deck because you'll always have a monster summon now. It skills. It has attack support. Okay, that's pretty cool. It has a pendulum scale, energize, immunity from destruction. Okay, not bad. When you control only one monster, it gains 800 attack and defense and extra attack. What is this good for? This is a good late game card, right? At the end of the duel, if you're getting gangbanged, if you only control one monster, or turn 1, right? If you go turn 1, you only summon one monster. For example, a speedster, a super speeder, like a Neos, to get the card in the middle. That's the only thing I see with this card. So either turn 1 or like the first turn of the duel, or like the last 2 turns of the duel. Okay, what is this? Mystical Wind Typhoon. Choose one lane ahead that has 2 or more of your opponent's monsters, and return the monster with the lowest attack to the opponent's hand. That sucks. Like, that's trash. That's fucking garbage. At the start of the battle phase, if I get that super rare, I'm gonna be pissed. At the start of the battle phase, the monster you control with the highest attack loses 1500 attack and gains stealth until the end of the turn. The skill that prevents stat reduction. Oh, okay. So you can combine this with a monster that makes it so you can't lose attack and defense. Okay. That sounds like a lot of work though, just for this double passe. You could also use it on a monster and then shield and sword. So use this, give your monster stealth, and then shield and sword, because it doesn't affect defense. So if it has a high defense, it'll do some direct damage. Ojama Trio. When set position entered, special summon Ojama monsters with explosion and defense. Explosion is, when destroyed, inflict 300 damage to the controller. Okay. In defense, to all empty monster zones of the opponent who entered, and give them control of these monsters. Okay. So basically, That means this card is going to activate during the battle phase. And the opponent needs to have empty monster zones. All just for 300 damage. The only good thing I see out of this card is to combine it with Provoke. Off the top of my head. And it'll activate in the battle phase, right? So the opponent's monster will move. Their zone will now be empty. Summons this in defense. Your Provoker fights, whatever. What's these stats? Oh, but it has a... Okay, yeah. It has 1,000 defense and 0 attack. Yeah, so Provoke. So you want to combine this with Provoke monsters. Other than that, maybe Crusher monsters, but Crusher isn't even popular. Now the rares. So this is the stuff everyone's going to be using. If it's good. Level 4, Blade Skater, Warrior. 1,400, 1,500. Cohesion. Only 1 stack, though. Crusher and 2 Energize. Okay. So they're just giving us Energizer monsters. For, like, teleport decks. Okay. Nothing special that I noticed. Same thing, just worse stats. Better defense, though. Cohesion again. Energize. Snipe. Immunity to negation. I got nothing. Nothing there. Firewall Guardian Cybers. Shit attack. 2,000 defense. Cohesion. So this is a good defensive monster. And it's a link. It has a link arrow. Also Energizer. Yeah, so the best thing this monster has is just the link arrow. The Energizer sucks unless you have Shield and Sword. Or cards that switch attack and defense like Shield and Sword. I don't see this card being played as much. But, I mean, it does have 2,000 defense. And then it will go up to 2,200 defense as well. Up next is G-Nex Controller, level 3 Dark Machine. 1,400, 1,200, okay. It's got Cohesion. Okay. Only 1 stack. Inventor. We got another Inventor monster. 2 stacks to Energize. Immunity to Destruction. Okay. Meh. Oh, it's a leak? Oh, shit. I'll have to go over that. It'll be here in another 2 weeks. I'll have to go over that leak. Not now, though. Creature Swap. Select 1 monster with Energize, the new skill. Okay. And 1 other monster you control, and then switch their locations. Alright, so this is a mandatory card in Energize decks. You need this. If you're going to try out the new cards, you need this in your deck. So essentially... But it only works with Energize monsters? Okay. Warrior Returning Alive. Randomly return up to 2 Warrior monsters from your graveyard to your hand. Oh shit, that is really good. That is actually really good. But the thing that sucks is there's no good Warrior monsters in the game. Other than Neos. So this is good for Neos. It doesn't say the level or there's no restrictions. Literally any warrior. It's just random. Return up to 2 warrior monsters from your graveyard to your hand. That's actually really good. That's really good. I'm surprised this is a rare. This seems like it would be a super rare effect. I know it's random, but like if you only run 3 or 4 warriors and 2 are already dead, you're getting those 2 guaranteed that are in the graveyard. So as long as there's 2, you're getting what you want. It's really good in Neos. Now the people who had their Neos pop by like a Blue Eyes, you get your Neos back. Which means Neos is going to be even more annoying to deal with. It's going to be so stupid. Man, it's going to be so annoying dealing with Neoses now. Oh yeah, if they get negated too. Yeah. If the Neos gets negated, boom, you get it back. Senate switch. Select 2 monsters in your own monster zone and swap them. Neos has access to Trunade. I haven't gone over Trunade yet. Select 2 monsters in your own monster zone and swap their positions. Monster zones are the first 3 zones, right? Not like when they move, but like where you summon them. The only use it just helps energize monsters. You're so smart, Z. Thanks. Ready for intercepting. At the start of your battle phase, all of your monsters in the lanes ahead of your empty monster zones are teleported there and gain 500. Huh? Hold up. All your monsters in the lanes ahead of your empty monster zones are teleported. So essentially, your monsters come backwards, right? So you summon them. Oh no, but at the start of the battle phase, they haven't moved yet, right? So essentially, you set this. The first turn, it does nothing. The next turn is when it's going to do something. So essentially, the monsters that were summoned the previous turn, they're going to come backwards and then gain 500 extra attack and defense. Is this good for Z Metal Tank? I don't think so. It could be. I'd have to see it used against me because I honestly I don't want to test this. Like I don't think it's gonna be good. Miracle's Wake. At the start of the battle phase, if you control a monster with cohesion in your monster zone, when it refers to monster zone, does that mean where I summon it or just anywhere, any lane? I'm pretty sure it doesn't mean the lanes. It means like specifically where you summon them. Special summon level 4 or lower monsters from your graveyard to each of your empty monster zone attack position and then negate their skills. Any level 4. And and they trigger, it should trigger cohesion, and that's 2 monsters. I don't know if it triggers it twice or it counts as 1. Rebound. If a monster would be returned to your hand from the field or teleported, it gains immunity. Okay. Giant Tree Nade. If there are 3 or more opponents' monsters in attack position in the lanes ahead, return all level 4 lower monsters in those lanes to their owner's hands. Yo, that seems like it's... This is a normal card. This effect seems like a super rare effect. That's really good. And especially late game. Like the last 2 turns of the duel. It sounds like you could do it to all your opponents. If, like, let's say 2 opponents have 3 monsters, right? Not just 1. You bounce all the level 4 lowers. That seems pretty strong. And then this is the last new card. Trap Does Shoot. What up, Otaku? At the start of the battle phase, if 2 or more lanes ahead of you contain an opponent's monster in attack position, the monster with the highest attack is returned to the hand. Nah, this card sucks. That's trash. That's garbage. Okay. Hey, it's your boy City Boy. If you liked that video, consider subscribing, hitting that like button, and sharing the video to all your friends and family. Help me and Panda make it out of the hood. We also have other ways you can support us. We got a Patreon. I got my Twitch channel where I stream every day. There's my TikToks. I got my Instagram, Twitter, and as well as another YouTube channel. Thanks.